Hi, so this is Unit 1, Lesson 4, Distributive Property. I just put a screen up to remember vocabulary because distributive property is one of the three properties that we use. We use commutative to move things around, associative to insert parentheses or grouping symbols to simplify things, and distributive to distribute and multiply. Distributive property, here is, it's used to simplify expressions. You can multiply a number by a sum or multiply each number in the sum and then add. The result is the same. So this is distribution right here. Oops, sorry. I'm using my pen and trying to look at the screen and not at my pen. That is distribution. In algebra, it'd be A times B plus A times C. Another way sometimes you see it is B plus C. And then you would have the A afterwards. It's that there's nothing in between the variable, the number, and the parentheses. Just like here, there's nothing in between other than parentheses in between 3 and 4, so that is multiplication. They say subtraction here, but they mean in the parentheses subtraction or negative numbers. But distribution is multiplication. So what do we put in the notes? You could put distributive property and you could put these examples, numbers and algebra and this. I will write or because the algebra is either before or after, and the numbers either before or after, okay, and this. So we're gonna do the distributive property to do mental math, and I do use this when I'm doing mental math. You can put this in your notes if you'd like to or not. So it's 5. Now instead of 59, we're gonna break that into numbers that we can multiply with 5. 50 and 9. I know another way people have taught you how to multiply is 59 is 1 less of 60. So that would be a lot easier to multiply 5 times 60 and then subtract the 5 that you have missing there. But let me show you this way. So 5 times 50 is 250 plus 5 times 9 is 45. And 50 plus 45 is 295. Some people like drawing the little arches. If you do, that one went past the 9, but it should be by the 9. I'm using my stylus. If you do, make sure you draw the right amount. You didn't go overboard, and you are actually using them. 5 times 50, 250. 5 times 9, 45. Or else you don't need them. 8 times 33, we could do 8 times 30 plus 3. So 8 times 30 is 240. And 8 times 3 is 24. Now those are two easier numbers to add together, so it's 264. Again, these are arithmetic problems you can put in your notes if you want to or not. 9 times 52. If I was given that, this is how I do it in my head. 50 plus 2. 9 times 50 I know is 450. 9 times 2 is 18, and then I add them together, 468. Okay, so, sorry, I didn't know there were more. 12. 12 times 90 and 12 times 8. So 90 ends in a 0, so 12 times 9 is 72. No. 90, see, I even break up the 12. 12 times 9 is 108. And then I have to add a 0 because of this. So when I do 12 times 9, in my head, I do 10 times 9 plus 2 times 9. So I use distribution to break down my multiplication a lot. So that's 90 plus 18, which is 108. So this is 108. And 12 times 8 would be 80 plus 16, 96. I actually knew that before. And 108. What is this answer? Oh, you know what I forgot? It's 108, but it's 90. It's not just 9. I have to add a 0 there. That didn't look right. So it's not 12 times 9, it's 12 times 90. Okay, and then 96 plus 80 is 176. So it's 1176. All right. Good thing I put the answers there. I would have given you a whole 1,000 less. 7 times 34. 7 times 30 plus 4. 7 times 30, 7 times 3 is 21, and then I have to add the 0. 7 times 4 is 28. And 210 plus 28 is 238. All right, now this is where I wanted to be. I'm going to change my pen to black because I'm going to be writing on this background and it may not. So I want to go through the 3 properties to justify each step. First, I want to go through each step and then say what it is. Sorry, I just remembered something. I had to write myself a note. Okay, 14x plus 4 times 2, this is given, right? So this is the problem. They just rewrote it. Now, they drew the arrows because this next step, what's the property they used? What we're going over today, right? Distributive property. Because of my lovely pen, oh, maybe I could write it all out, but it's taking me longer than I'd like. Distributive. Now, this 4 times 2, this is just multiplication, which I'm not going to write out the word. Ta-da, multiplication. Now, they moved this 4x to be by the 14x. So they used commutative. I have to concentrate so much to use my pen, and it seems like the more I think about it, the slower I go. Now they inserted these grouping symbols to group those two together, and so our other property is associative, like the SS, that's a C. Associative, the SS are the grouping symbols. And lastly, they added those together. Or when we have variables, we call it combine like terms. Okay? I would definitely want this screen in your notes, and hopefully I'll be able to edit the video and put that note on the bottom. Here's another one. First, this is the problem, so it's given. This is a short one. Then, with the arrows, they distributed. I'm going to put dist property. And then they multiplied. And then they jumped to the answer. But what they're doing here is combining 24 and 9. They didn't have to move anything because the constants were already by each other. So they did combine like terms there because 24 and 9, negative 24 and 9 are like terms. So they combined the constant terms and they got the final answer. Here's one more. I'm not sure if this is the last one or not. Again, this is given. And when you're writing these in the notes, just the box, that 1, 2, 3, and the procedure and justification, you could even abbreviate these words if you want, given. Now, here's 4 terms. They moved the X ahead of the A, so commutative. I'm going to abbreviate. And then, right there, they didn't add grouping symbols, but they just combined like terms because all the X's were first. So 12 minus 5 is negative 17 plus 1 is negative 16. Okay, here is your assignment for 7th period. Do odd only. Odds only. And I'm not sure if I'll attach the PDF or not. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.